I was coming home from work, which was something that I normally did on Sundays. Had a full-size Chevy van was backing into my driveway, and my two oldest kids, Garrett and Lena, saw me backing in, and they ran up the edge of the driveway to greet me as I came in, and I was waving to them out the window and just watching their happy faces and glad to be home. And all of a sudden their expressions completely changed. They just went to kind of a shock. I mean, I knew something was wrong, and in just an instant, time seemed to slow down, and I knew something was wrong. And just about that same time, I felt my van roll over something, and in an instant that seemed like an eternity, I realized that it was my 18-month-old daughter, Erin, that I had just driven over with my truck. Jumped out of the van, and I really expected to find one of my kids that I had just killed underneath my truck. She was alive. She was trying to get up. She definitely had some damage. The truck had gone over her arm. She had the side of her head was all skinned off, and so off to the hospital we went. And my wife, who was only a few feet away when this happened, it just all happened so fast, was pregnant with our fourth child, which meant that she couldn't spend any time with Erin through the x-rays and the MRIs. So over the next 48 hours, I had to spend every minute next to Erin. We ended up at Children's Hospital. There's a team of doctors waiting for us, and they came out, and they were definitely more, they were stressed, they were haggard, and they were obviously not real happy about having to receive another kid. And off Erin went for more x-rays and more MRIs and more scans. And the news was good. Erin's, her arm had been completely driven over, and you could still see the tire tracks on her arm on one side and the print of the macadam on her arm on the other, and her head, big road rash on her head. But the doctor was very happy. The news was good. No broken bones, no skull fractures, no real evidence of any serious head trauma. She was in good shape. She was conscious, and so they finally take the neck brace off her, and the doctor's mood kind of calmed my mood down a little bit. And I asked him about the change in his mood from when I had seen him about an hour before that, and he said that I was the fourth parent to bring a kid in for the exact same reason, just on his shift. The first two, the kids had died. The third child was hanging on by a thread, and he was just grateful to be able to look a parent in the eye and not have to tell them that their child was gone. He was just very grateful not to have to give bad news to a parent again on the same shift. But they needed to keep her for observation, so we finally went into a recovery room, and I was just sitting there watching her, and I was just so thankful to God for her being spared, and just to be there with her and for her to be alive. And I just felt so ashamed of having actually done this to my own kid. And then thinking about it, I really even felt more shame about realizing that this was the most time that I'd spent with her since she'd been born. I needed a wake-up call. My priorities in life were way out of whack. And I don't believe that God caused this accident. That's all me. That was my fault. But I do believe He spared her. And in the process, He spared me too, and the rest of my family. He really helped me to see what was truly important in my life, and and that I needed to focus on my family, the things that have real meaning. So I'm just so grateful for the grace that God extended to my family, and the love that He's shown us. I'm just thankful that God loves us as much as He does.